Hello and welcome to the City Newsroom from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano in the Greater Accra region. My name is Kumawu and so coming up. Electricity Company of Ghana seizes over 40 fake meters at Oyarefa in the Dodowa district.
They have put on it property of Ministry of Power. Here we don't even say Ministry of Power, Ministry of Energy. And then because the meters are from different sources, you could see that this is their label and they've placed this one on it.
Still to come, we will take you to Kumawu in the Ashanti region as the NDC and NPP fervently prepare for the upcoming by-election following the death of its Member of Parliament.
Kumawu for Abama Yenya, a year I win near Bano. I had it. Sandy's for pa. I can more, but or mother says, Nepata Baba, but we will stop them.
Joint Technical Committee constituted in January over the Domestic Debt Exchange Program to reconvene and agree on a pathway to settle outstanding debt obligations of government to bondholders by 28th of April 2023. And later in the bulletin, wood workers and residents at Akwatialine in the Ashanti region accuse the police of brutalizing them.
Tienwan say, Omuchimi, every fear on the P. To Omuchimi fear and about who did dear a bomber. Timomidi be Pia or Caquano, and Omidi dear bomity, no about Boma to Caquone. 15 Satam no Corano, Umit. The Satan for me, made nim the air. Echo Subio, Sasa Bano, or that you get out. For the so weird.
I'm grateful that you could choose us. Let's begin our bulletin from the Ashanti region because some wood workers and residents at Akwatialine are accusing the police of brutalizing them, which has caused them to sustain injuries. This is in relation to a redevelopment project that Sokore Mampo Municipal Assembly is embarking on at the Akwatialine Wood Market Enclave, which some wood sellers and traders fear could affect their source of livelihood if they are not relocated to a convenient area. The Municipal Chief Executive for Asokore Mampong, Kennedy Kankam, has however clarified that those who ply their trade in the area are not being necessarily evicted but have been asked to move to a different section of the area to allow for the phase 1 of the project. Middle Belt Bureau Chief Edward Oponmafo has more.
Umar Saidu, who nearly passed out, narrates to Citi News how security operatives deployed to the area as part of plans to redevelop the Akwatialine Wood Market Enclave allegedly brutalized him, as they accused him of being among the persons opposing the project.
Adam Ban said, "Da and the SID me yeday." Jai, men said this can, my miss coffee. And to me, the body in a phone Sukasa, and I may walk fear inside. To me, one about who say, I wait to Saquatella for a will cow, Muchin and better. And I say, ah, my day. And the one say, O Muchimi, if you fear on the P. To Muchimi fear and about who did ya, a bomber. To Momidi be Pia or Caquano, and Omidi dear bomity. No ma boma to ka ko ni 15 Satam no kora no o miti mi Satam kwa mi nim de ede e ko su bio sa se be ba no o da tu gina phone so mo ede o bu mi de gira se ba ede bo ni be da bi e kwa mu na bu la guard phone ni e police phone ana ai anti robert no mu bu me sa no.
Persons, primarily woodworkers who ply their trade at Akwatialine Wood Market Enclave, tell Citi News they have operated in the area for more than 5 decades. They have described the decision by authorities to redevelop the area as one that is in bad taste. They fear they will be evicted and will not have anywhere to engage in their usual activities which will negatively affect their source of livelihood. Mohammed Umar, who is the secretary of the Equatorial Land Wood Sellers Association, says they are resisting the move by authorities to redevelop the area because it is not in their best interest. He says they want government to provide a suitable place for them to be relocated to before the project begins.
So when I came, I asked my people what is going on, and they showed me the pistol, the bullet, and what happened. They beated people. You saw the boy, his head, his hand, everywhere.
Which people actually beat them?
The anti-robbers and the police, because I wasn't there at the time. What they told me is the anti-robbers and the police and the langas. You see, the MCE called us. That was last year. We went meeting uncountable that they want to develop here. And we told him we will not say they will not develop the country, but they should show us where are we to. Where are we going? They should show us the place to vacate. But you can't take us. They should show us and do the same thing they did it to the soccer buying. We went there first, second, third, until fourth time. I think almost 10 times, uncountable. The last meeting, the man told us that the contractor will come to site. And we told him, no, leave him until after Ramadan. Then we started the negotiation. He said, no, they will do it.
Some other traders who are worried about the development have been speaking to Citi News.
Ye didi mpo ye nyina ye nya ne firi ha nti to omutu ye ha no omo man da bre se ye nko ena nkola nso gusu didi ye gusu tu school fees nti omutu ye ha ebe ha adwene ena ye srempenyi fo se nko omo ndom ye na nka tutu no omo pe bebi maya ansa omo betu ye kura omo pe bebi maya ansa omo atu ye
meton chine ye me ma me no madwuma de dada ya tena abu 60 years ya wo ya papers nyina eti anchine egudua ne so egu bebi o ma achechire no e bro 1000 bucks minim baby amede ne ma ne beko eti motimi ntu ye ya bra mama ya baby tena ebi sa ha ye chia railways ye chia KMA ya wo ya pepe dia maye ene ya ti ha se ye nti ya kwa eti se sa ne ama 1000 ne gu ya no enchine 1000 ayi fa na mede ko mini baby amede beko mini baby amede beko ti mi sa ban ene wo mo paso asambe man no ene contractor na wo mo so ene MC no wo mo se obu tu yan no so mo tu yan na so wo mo be din chene dia so mo be din chene wa asase so dia ene nchene na go abro 1000 eya be 4 billion ene go ano o mo message sa no mo ntungu omo tu ne amandingu no mo message wo mo source no mo wa han efisa ye de ye nim se sa ban ene ye kura obema ye baabi obekire baabi a ye nkotena monka bibia aja monkire baabi a ye ntena eno ne sa no pai masa bonkofo.
The municipal chief executive for Asokore Mampong, Kennedy Kankam, is however allaying fears of the wood sellers and other traders, insisting that the people are not being necessarily evicted from the area. He says the redevelopment is being done in phases and no worker will be asked to move away but will still be allowed to operate within the area while construction works go on at the other parts.
They are just misunderstanding me. The fact of the matter is that we are not evicting anybody, but we are just rearranging the place so that we will start the project and we'll be shifting them, doing them phases from one phase to another phase. So what we are all trying to do is that we don't want a situation whereby we will finish the project and the project will tend to be a white elephant like the Asawase market as I'm talking to you now. Asawase market, we have about 184 stores there that are vacant. We even tried as much as possible to bring the former occupants, those who were occupying the place, to come back and occupy those shares. But they are adamant, they are refusing to come. So we don't want to repeat the same mistake that we repeated at Asawase market, where we relocated them to the Kontomponia Ferry, the young market at Kontomponia Ferry. You know, we moved the people from KGTR, the stores, the market was constructed. Then we shifted them in there. Then the extra space that was created, we gave it to those at the central market. Then the space at the central market was created for the new project to also begin. And now we can all attest to the fact that the project is going on very well. So it's the same model that we are doing at the Bombay Street project or the Secretariat that we are talking about. Nobody is evicting anybody. All what we are trying to do is that let us rearrange the place. Let us make good use of the empty spaces that we find at the place. Then we will start implementing the phases or the phase of the project. That is all. I will never ever allow anybody to move them out of the place without them being able to continue their businesses and other things. That one is out of the equation. We'll make sure that everybody can continue his activity. But the fact of the matter is that when the project is happening like that, you may not feel comfortable like the way you were earlier. Definitely, because that has been push and pull and other things, there will be some things that will make you very uncomfortable. But we should not all bear in it. That is how the situation is calling for. And everybody is going to remain there. The shops are going to be allocated to those who are there.
He says he's so far not aware of the alleged assault on some persons, which he has described as unfortunate.
Well, it is quite unfortunate. I haven't gotten the briefing from my security couples because, today we are having regional executive council meeting. All municipal chief executive, district chief executive, metropolitan chief executives are members of the regional executive council. We are going to discuss about Kumawu and some other party issues. So I have not been in the office. So the moment I get to the office, I know I'm going to be briefed. But if SXS has happened, then I think it's unfortunate. I'll talk to the security agencies for us to see how best we can deal with the issue.
The affected persons say they have been plying their trade here for many years. And as a result, evicting them will affect them badly. And so they want government to find a way of addressing this issue amicably. For Citi News, I'm Edward upon Marfu, Equatia Line.
Now, the Public Accounts Committee PAC is taking steps to help stop the practice where district assemblies use their common fund, which is meant for developmental projects, to tackle other matters such as security, which is supposed to be the responsibility of the Ministry of National Security. The chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, James Kluche Aveji, who made this known at the committee sitting in the Northern Region, to fester.
The 4 days hearing of the 2020 Auditor General's report on technical universities, report on the management and utilization of district assemblies common fund and other statutory funds for the year 2020 saw heads of institutions, MMDCs in the Northern, Northeast, Upper East, Upper West and the Savannah regions appear before the committee to answer queries on infractions cited in the report. Some of the infractions were uncompetitive procurement, unaccounted receipt, failure to enforce bond conditions, and a host of others. Some institutions, like the Bolgatanga Technical University, were charged to retrieve an amount of 236,781 cedis from a steady leave beneficiary, while others have been referred to the Attorney General's Department for further action. Districts like North and West Gonja spent about 50% of their common funds on security issues, which the committee said is unacceptable.
Around the Lukula area, where we share boundaries with the Northeast region. So the Gonjas there and the Mamposis there, they have some kind of confusion about the ownership of the land at that area. Even as we speak, we still have about over 100 security personnel over there to take care of the peace.
So you are still taking care of those security officers?
Yes, sir, Chairman.
In terms of what?
In terms of feeding and sometimes fuel.
Pressure being put on assemblies using their development fund for these security challenges, depriving the people of development. Whilst the Ministry of National Security is there. They have their own budget. Yet they fall on the meager resources of the assembly. It's not fair. it's not accepted.
Meanwhile, the headmaster for Ghana Senior High School in Tamale has denied a video which is in circulation that a toilet facility has been converted into an accommodation facility for boys in the school when he appeared before the committee.
The fact of the matter, as I read, is that this is a story that has no basis. The school was started in 1960, and all old structures that have lavatory are not in use. And I'm talking about the toilet facilities that are purported to have been converted by the school. In fact, the heading is misleading, Honorable Chair. The school has never converted toilet facilities into dormitory. Others are in school. And the reason is to make room for accommodation in the dormitories and classroom accommodation. As I talk now, we have enough accommodation for every student in the school. We can still even admit day students into our boarding house. So, Honorable Chairman, that is not true. It's false.
Now, there are videos in circulation, and I've seen them. I've seen the said facility, and I've seen student chop boxes and the usual accoutrements that you would expect to belong to students. I've seen students present in that space, and I've heard students narrate the situation. Are you saying that these videos were concocted or they were from another institution, and yet your institution is being given a bad name?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Let me say that the story Honorable read and the videos that you saw are videos coming from my school. The cubicles that you saw boxes in are actually cubicles that we put boxes when students are going home. So the cubicles are also so small that they cannot accommodate students. Unfortunately, this video has come at a time, in fact, at the blind side of management. And so when I read it myself, I was taken aback that management has converted toilet facilities into dormitory. Let me say that students and teachers do not have the authority to convert these facilities without authorization from management. And so if you go to the school now, everybody's confused.
Let's bring you more stories. And the Accra East region of the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, has retrieved over 40 fake meters at Oyarifa in the Dodowa district. The task force discovered the fake meters on their routine checks to inspect the health of the ECG meters. Well, my colleague Fred Duho has been with the task force all through the day and has more in this report. Fred, what more did you uncover when you embarked on this exercise?
The Accra East region of the Electricity Company of Ghana is on the field, and specifically within the Oyarifa enclave, not too far from the Ayimensa police station. A number of beautiful homes being put up by owners or people who, as it were, have the financial muscle to build. A number of them would be taken off the national grid. As you can see right behind me, those are men from ECG, and they are taking each home from the national grid. They don't want them to consume power because they took the authority into their own hands to connect power without authorization. And these people are contributing basically to the system losses the ECG keeps talking about. When taken off, they've been surcharged and asked to proceed to the office and apply for power to be connected to their homes. Mary Eshan is the PRO for the Accra East region, and she's been addressing the press.
As we came here today they have reconnected the lines again. So that is why we are here. We are here to check from house to house, revenue mobilization. You know, we are not just collecting the money. We are also checking the integrity of our meters. If our meters are all working well, if there are faulty meters, then we also take steps of addressing it. So we are here. We also check on illegal connection.
It has come to light that over 40 meters that are considered to be fake found in this particular enclave were not authorized by the Electricity Company of Ghana. Jonathan Asante is the commercial manager for the Accra East region, and he's been explaining what the difference is between these fake meters and that of the approved Electricity Company of Ghana meters.
They have put on it property of Ministry of Power. Here we don't even say Ministry of Power, Ministry of Energy. And then, because the meters are from different sources, you could see that this is their label. And they've placed this one on it because we have a local supplier who is Ghana Electrometer. So they try to let this one look like it's a Ghana Electrometer. Whereas when you peel the surface, you realize that this meter is from wherever it was coming from. And when you hold the meter, I want somebody to feel it. Very light. Very, very light. Meters are not like this. I mean,
what are the dangers in installing such a meter?
One, it can create fire outbreak. The reason being that when you come and you want service, we usually will let the Energy Commission to come and inspect your wiring. So if the wires are not up to standard, at least they will bring you up to standard. Now with these fake meters, they don't come to our office to apply for us to scrutinize their wiring.
It's a new site that the people here took advantage of the fact that ECG hardly comes by and therefore proceeded to connect electricity without the right authorization. So those are some members of the task force from the Electricity Company of Ghana, specifically the Accra East region, climbing onto people's building, taking off their electricity service cables. These people have connected their electricity illegally. We understand they've been using fake meters within this particular enclave over the period, and ECG has not been able to retrieve any amount of money for power consumed over the period. So the task force decided that today they are coming to this particular enclave to, as it were, disconnect them and direct them to go to the right offices to apply for services before they can really use power in this area.
Because nobody is around, so no load is on the line. So as you can see, 0.4. As we progress, you'll see the difference.
Where is the meter?
There's no meter here, so it's direct connection. So it's a complete unauthorized connection.
This is one of the fake meters recovered by one of the task force from ECG, and this particular one was recovered from this particular building. Is this your house?
It's my husband's.
Your husband's house, okay. Now, we understand that the meter installed at this particular place was a fake meter. How did you come by this meter?
We have no idea, so...
You have no idea you have fake meter or you are using fake meter here?
Yeah, I don't know.
But you've been enjoying power.
It's not about enjoying the power. The person who brought it, so
upon hearing the news of the disconnection, the assembly member for the area has driven in to probably understand what is happening within his electoral area.
I was part of those that, some of them came to and assisted them in getting the meters. So if today they are turned out to be fake meters, just like challenging Samsung that the phone they produce is fake. So if ECG is here to confirm that it's fake, I can challenge that, yes.
So are you going to assist them in any investigations?
I'll be available if ECG should, yes, I'll be available to help us to all of us, we want to sanitize the system. So if that's it, yes.
How smooth was it for you to help these people get connected to the national grid easily?
If you say get connected, maybe probably you might have to re-explain that. They came with the need of meter, and there's a colleague, assembly member colleague, who have somebody who is also helping us to get. So if somebody can, for instance, this man is having the challenge of not getting or not having meter, and there's a need, there's a way to assist. Yes, we offer the services.
So how much do they pay to get these services?
I think it's 400 Ghana Cedi. Yeah, 400 Ghana Cedi.
Where does the money go to?
That's what I'm saying. It's the colleague gives the meter to me, and I give the money back to him. When I assumed my responsibility 3 years ago, meter issue was part of the key, because as you can see around, these are new houses that are coming up, and most of them, and you see, don't take that away. I mean, the major challenge with ECG is getting the meters from ECG, and that has been a challenge. Some paid till today, they've not gotten their meters. So, I mean, in a way to avoid all these illegal connection and other things, I don't know. So if it turns out we are doing the wrong thing, I mean, so be it.
In today's exercise, a number of fake meters were intercepted by the task force, and over 40 of them have been retrieved. So these people have been asked to report themselves to the offices of ECG for the right procedures. Don't forget, over 40 homes have also been disconnected from the national grid, and this is the essence of the exercise the Electricity Company of Ghana has decided to embark upon to curb system losses and also to shore up their revenue. My name is Fred Doe, reporting from the Oyarifa Enclave for Citi News.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. Still ahead. Joint Technical Committee constituted in January over the Domestic Debt Exchange Program to reconvene and agree on a pathway to settle outstanding debt obligations of government to bond holders by 28th of April 2023. We have details of this and other stories coming up. Please do stay.
Wow. I know trying to paper so man.
I don't know to stick ana.
Me pay na le POS machine.
Penom to the war money put.
Hello. Baby, tonight dinner at 7. Bye.
The winning numbers are 10, 12.
Sorry. I won.
Joy.
Your lottery experience just got better with the new NLA Instant Payment. Play on the NLA machine, and if you win up to 1,200 Ghana cedis, you will be paid instantly without any stress via short code *389*1000#. Payments above 1,200 Ghana cedis can be redeemed at the newly established payment centers.
Hey!
NLA Instant Payment and now a paying crime.
Wait guys, bring more.
NLA, development through games.
Smiles are one of the most important things we have. Globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. Pepsodent with maximum cavity protection repairs tiny holes before they become cavities. Because every smile matters.
This is the neighborhood I'm having my twins.
The very reason why I took it for us. See, the price is very good and it's spacious to contain all of us. Alphabet City. Now I'm a landlord. I don't pay rent. And my Airbnb business is booming.
To me, Pamini, bank and I'm not say Alphabet City. The pension pay me 20%. The payment plan, I want to share my just say very smooth.
This is a healthy place
to raise our families and creating peace. Come on, be my neighbor.
Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Alphabet City is a classy and peaceful gated community in Sakomono. We have 24/7 top-notch security and high-quality access roads. We have 3 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, 3 bedrooms and 3 washrooms with boys' quarters. We have 3 bedrooms and 4 washrooms. We have 2 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, all with beautiful kitchens and kitchenettes. Call Alphabet City on 0240-111119 or 050-44-99999. Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
You're welcome back. Now, the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, has announced that government will not carry out any domestic debt exchange program as the IMF deal gets closer. Ken Ofori-Atta says government is undertaking some 5 key measures to secure the IMF balance of payment support. According to him, the measures include reaching a 1.5% GDP growth within the medium term whilst reducing inflation, making a presentation to Ghana's external creditors at the ongoing IMF and World Bank spring meeting in Washington, D.C. Ken Ofori-Atta said that all claims of a second round of DDEP must be disregarded.
I think maybe it was a misunderstanding, but if you look at it in line with the 22nd December Memorandum of Understanding that we had, that we signed with organized labor associations, governments, pension funds were exempted, as you know, and that has not changed. It's therefore really not correct to say that we are planning a second round of domestic debt exchange program with pension funds. What we are doing is working with them on how they can further help government to reduce the debt servicing and ensure that we maintain sort of the debt sustainability, which was in the MOU agreement.
Let's just stay with the Finance Ministry because it has announced that the Joint Technical Committee, which was constituted on the 18th of January 2023 to discuss concerns of individual bondholders, reconvenes and agrees on a pathway towards the settlement of the outstanding debt obligations by 28th of April 2023. The ministry says significant progress has been made on government's outstanding domestic debt service obligations following a meeting between the ministry, individual bondholder groups and the Pensioner Bondholders Forum. The meeting held on April 14, 2023 followed weeks of agitations by local individual bondholders for government's failure to honor coupon and principal payments amounting to more than 1 billion Ghana cedis since February 2023. As part of measures to secure the $3 billion IMF support, Ghana's government was required to bring its unsustainable debt to GDP ratio of 105% to 55% by 2028 in present value terms. Government then invited local bondholders to trade their bonds for a restructured new one under the domestic debt exchange program. But some individual bondholders refused to tender their bonds upon assurances from government that coupon payments and maturities will be honored. Let's do politics now because the political atmosphere is heating up ahead of the by-election in Kumawu in the Ashanti region. Political parties are fervently preparing for the upcoming election after the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Badwin, declared the Kumawu parliamentary seat vacant following the demise of the sitting Member of Parliament, Philip Baswa. Citi News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani has more.
The new patriotic party officially opened nominations as it prepares to select a candidate for the by-election. The Kumawu constituency has been the stronghold of the ruling MPP, and the party is leaving nothing to chance in retaining the seat. It was a day filled with fun activities as supporters followed prospective aspirants to the constituency office to file their nominations. 8 individuals are seeking to represent the party in the upcoming by-election. One after the other, the prospective aspirants took turns submitting their documents and successfully went through the process. They are all optimistic about victory in the party's internal election to choose a candidate.
Very, extremely positive. Going into this contest, I am extremely confident. Extremely confident that with God's grace, that I will come victorious.
To our membership and also to other people belonging to other political parties, we need to make MPP attractive for NDC. We need to make MPP attractive for CPP. We need to make MPP attractive for even people who have not decided to vote. That is my vision. And for somebody who hails from this community, I know the problems of this community, the youth unemployment and everything. And that is why I have come to present myself to the people, to become their leader, so that we forge ahead and bring development to our community.
I assist people in so many ways. The youth are my heart's desire, and I'm so committed to community. I'm so committed to this very cause, and I think I'm the right person to succeed the late Honorable Baswa.
I'm not only standing here on the ticket of being female, but being a female achiever, a female who has excelled in all endeavors. My record is clear, and I'm a true patriot. And if given the chance, I shall take Kumawu constituency to its rightful place, and that is why I am standing.
Honorable Baswa was the district chief executive for our district when we were within the Citi East area. Then he became the member of parliament from 2012 all the way till when he passed 2 weeks ago. And we are ready, and I believe that my people are here to support me, and we believe that the good Lord will give us the strength to carry on, and we will bring the victory to the MPP party.
What am I bringing on board? They know me already, and they know my contributions to the constituency, and then they know that we need to be unified in order to secure the victory, and also to bring the development we need in Kumawu.
I want all the delegates to actually, let's use this to unite the party. There is no, we shouldn't be fighting. We wouldn't get anything out of it. We wouldn't get development out of it.
The party, at the end of the process, spoke to journalists.
From your own free will, you can come and contest. Somebody may test waters. Somebody is serious for the job. So we have to give them the chance for them to contest. So as for contest, yes, we are going to open it for them all to contest. All of the 8. I don't think I shouldn't preempt, because we are going to vet them. After the vetting, those who go through will be given the chance to contest.
MPP bigwigs, including the majority leader in Parliament, Osei Mensa Bunsu, the General Secretary, Justin Kodia, and National Organizer, Nana Boache, are meeting party people ahead of the election. Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP, Bernard Entwibo Siakun, is confident the MPP will retain the Kumawu seat.
Na yetimi asafa aye akunya na minimini ye se Kumawu fo abema yenya aye awene ne patapa bi beba, but we will stop them.
Independent beba, is that you say?
Yes, bro. Untumi
To me, I'm here. Yeah, it's a movement.
While the MPP is preparing for the election, an independent candidate, Kwekudia, is intensifying his campaign for the by-election.
The commencement of this construction, glory be to God for that. And it is my prayer that we shouldn't read too deep into the question. We should leave it like it is, because the road minister himself said they are doing it because this was something that was planned way back. And this is the time that, according to their timetable, they have to be here. So we welcome them. And we should all continue to pray that what they've started will go to a fruitful completion. The Ghanaian voter is very discerning. And they can read through the lines.
All 8 MPP prospective aspirants will now go through vetting before the election to select a candidate.
Now, it's been a very busy day here at the Kumawu constituency office of the New Patriotic Party after the party received nomination forms from all the 8 prospective aspirants who will be going for the vetting as the next process. The party is hopeful it is going to present a candidate who can retain the seats for them. Hafiz Tijani, Citi News, Kumawu, Ashanti region.
In more stories, the Golden Star Wassa Mines has recommended partial mining operations at its Bensu mine weeks after the mine was attacked by illegal gold miners that led to the destruction of several mining properties, including offices, mining trucks, and vehicles, costing the company millions of US dollars. The corporate affairs manager of the Golden Star Wassa Mines, Gerard Boache, who said this during an inspection by the Deputy Lands and Natural Resources Minister George Mrikuduka, explained that their recommencement of operations follow the completion of investigation and prosecution of 53 of the mine's attackers. Citi News' Akwesi Ajayanim has the details.
Golden Star Wassa Mines in March 2023 woke up to a devastating attack by some persons suspected to be illegal small-scale miners at its Bensu mine. The attackers burnt offices and also destroyed several vehicles and other properties, costing millions for of operations. Cost to the mines. The corporate affairs manager of Golden Star Wassa Mines, Gerard Boache, said, with investigation completed and prosecution underway, they have started partial operation.
Thankfully, the suspects were taken to court much earlier. They were remanded, taken to court again. And so the police requested time to finish the investigation. They did. And so once they've collected their data, done their investigations, there was nothing else to wait. Insurance had come. We didn't estimate that all this will happen much quicker than it has happened. That's why we said that we may have to stop operations for about 3 months. That's why we use May. But as it may, things have happened faster, and at least, but you still can see that we cannot sit in our offices because our offices are still in the state that they left it vandalized. So most of our job is external. So those ones is happening. We've blasted twice, we've hauled, and we're going. But like you saw, we still have to meet under the shed. We cannot use our computers. We have to bring other laptops and things. So yes, we'll not wait for everything to be perfect to start, because every day that you don't mine, every day that you don't haul, you are missing it. It's not like something that you can store.
The Lands and Natural Resources Deputy Minister, George Mrikuduka, during the inspection to protect mining companies.
The government is considering case by case basis. If there is a need for the military to come and do a swoop, why not? Government wouldn't hesitate to do that. But it's not a policy that has been cemented as I speak with you. And we deepening our engagement with the national security architecture to see how best we could resolve some of these occurrences. But I can assure you that we are on top of our brief, and we'll make sure the mining companies are protected widely because they are under the rules and regulations of this country, and we cannot leave them ajar for them to suffer. So we'll do our best in getting them protected. And we have also asked them on this score to deepen their relationship with the communities around. And we believe that will foster some of these things. So I'm happy that they are back to work. They are back to site. It's a new area that they are exploiting, and the benefit will be enormous, as I've been told, and we'll use this medium to appeal to the communities to desist from some of these weird activities. I don't think it's good for us.
The Western Regional Minister, who also joined the Deputy Lands and Natural Resources Minister on the tour, while not necessarily blaming the mines as the cause of the destruction, also advised mining companies not to play with their corporate social responsibility programs.
As mining companies, we need to take our corporate social strategy and responsibility very seriously, because we've had that in other mines. We've had to go there, and even your own mines in Pristia, and then the recent one that happened at Achimpim itself, and then now this one. So I believe that either there's a break in the corporate strategy that actually engages the community, or something else. Otherwise, this will continue and continue and continue, and your property will be at the loss. I am a firm believer in the private sector, and I believe that your property is your property. That's why when people attack you, I quickly make sure they are here. But I believe that going forward, you need to restructure and re-look at your corporate social investment and corporate social responsibility here in all your mining areas.
I don't fault the regional minister. As the father of the region, he would like to make sure that people coexist peacefully. So that's what he's doing, and we'll take a cue from that, not because we don't do it, but because maybe it needs improvement. But I just want to put on record that it is not, like I've always been saying, it is not because of a checkered relationship with the community that is what has caused this. We all know, like they themselves have said, we all know that it's the result, as a result of Galamsey people wanting to take over our operational area.
This is still the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV with me, Kweku Ediama Answer. Still ahead. Over 300 people rendered homeless and several houses destroyed at Miaweni, an island community in the Pro East district of the Bono East region after a heavy rainstorm hit the community on Thursday night. Do stay with us for details of this and other stories.
Haven't you heard? EGL's Ramadan Easter promotion. Electroland Ghana Limited is offering you quality products from Samsung, Toshiba, Nasco, and Media. Choose your choice. Media AC, Samsung AC, Nasco AC. With 229 Ghana cedis, get yourself a Nasco gas stove. Buy one, get one free. So stocks last. With 1,099 Ghana cedis, a Nasco television is yours. Grab your TV ranging from 32 inches, 40 inches to 98 inches. I tell you.
Simply put it, all types of refrigerators and washing machines, microwaves, and sound bars are available this Easter and Ramadan.
Electroland Ghana Limited Easter promotion. Don't let this opportunity pass you by.
Plus is a fully skimmed evaporated milk. Creamy Plus is available in a shop near you.
This message has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Finally, anyone can become a household.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated prizes, such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.ugoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
You're welcome back to the City Newsroom. Let's bring you more stories now. And over 300 people have been rendered homeless and several houses destroyed at Miawani, an island community in the Pro East district of the Bono East region, after a heavy rainfall hit the community on Thursday night. The only basic school in the community was not spared by the storm. The affected persons are thus appealing to authorities to come to their aid. City News' Michael Saponinfum reports.
Over 300 persons have been rendered homeless at Miawani, an island community in the Pro East district of the Bono East region, following a rainstorm that hit the community on Thursday night. Several houses, including the only basic school in the community, were not spared. Pupils in the community have to abandon school on Friday because of the incident. Some of the affected persons have been speaking to the news team.
Yesterday we experienced a heavy storm, and as a result of that we lost our school block that was constructed by the government. So all what we are pleading for is we want the community, the NADMU and all other agencies that will come to our aid to come and put up the structure again. As a result of what happened yesterday, today the school is closed because no one can live in this such a building to study. So we are calling on each and everyone and the government as well to come to our aid.
Na enra nsuo ene mframa atui ewo Miawani kuroma na fati ehu bida enra nsuo no mframa eboy no mfati ebi nsida fi se mani afi na asesi ya mframa ase nyoma nyina apada ne so ama nsuo etore no so afofo ye ho nyoma nyina asesi ni babida disameka na ehweso nie se meguso ameka yi ndura anajo mese free indonesian de kondonsum na nsuo ne kese bi mu na ye emuna ye etu frama pama frama no apaya dan su nyina pasese jere ko ni bebe beda edan nyina bubu ama tisese esre aban boa ombeboa ye na sebema chese ni ye na ediaku ye dan.
The chief of the community, Nanachu Messiankra, is appealing for support.
Ghana, Obibia, Ghana, Nibia, and Nimusa, Obio Betimia Boy, the Ambebois, Mioni Kuruno. Ye schools or Yasasso, school back one, Honorable Cabinet and Quasa for Swakusia Mano, and Nonsusuna, Cecilia, Monsieur Sasseni, and Tiesle, so Bibia Mbequayamboa, Nadmo for.
Efforts to get the district chief executive for Pru East, Alhaji Abdullahi Adams, to speak on the incident were unsuccessful.
Now, a pro-NDC youth group in the Wa municipality is calling on Dr. Rashid Pelpo to withdraw his candidature for the Wa Central Constituency parliamentary race to save the party from an imminent defeat in the 2024 parliamentary elections. The group says that the Wa Central Constituency has not seen the needed development and that Dr. Rashid Pelpo, who is currently serving his fourth term in parliament, causing the NDC to continually lose grips of its support base in the area. Citi News' Latif Mahama has more in this report.
The youth group, calling itself Crusaders for a Positive Change in Wa Central, at a press conference expressed their disappointment in what they say is the low pace of development in the area in the 19-year tenure of Dr. Rashid Hassan Pelpo.
It is pathetic to note that our MP has taken for granted the grace of God and generosity of the good people of Wa Central who have stayed loyal to his cause for nearly 20 years in futility. The hope of the masses was that he could build our dear Wa Central constituency and place it on an enviable pedestal, only for us to be heavily disappointed by his chronic and cyclical incompetence, lack of ability, and dexterity. His only success story is that he has successfully developed his parochial self at the gruesome expense of his good constituents. Our incumbent MP has never had any plan for the good youth of Wa Central constituency. He only attends to frustrated youth that insults him on platforms by giving peanuts to them to continue to suffer, but can't just use any network to get them sustainable jobs.
The group complained that the fortunes of the NDC continue to dwindle in the Wa Central constituency because of the poor leadership skills of the NP and called on him to allow for a new person to represent the constituency in the next parliamentary elections.
When Emi Seidu left the seat, the margin between NDC and MPP was over 18,000 votes. Currently, the difference in votes is merely a little over 5,000. More so, the abysmal performance of our MP in parliamentary work is a dent on the image of Wa Central constituency.
4 persons, including Alhaji Hudu Muktari, Mutiu Rahman, and an Accra-based lawyer, Wahid Bampuri, have filed to contest the Wa Central seat and have all vowed to win against Dr. Hassan Pelpo in the upcoming parliamentary primaries of the NDC on May 13. Supporters of Dr. Rashid Pelpo at a counter press conference, however, say his tenure has seen tremendous development in the constituency, hence must be retained.
Indeed, we do not only just want to point out on the lack of essence and quality of what they came to present to the media, but to caution our comrades joining together to fight for 2024 not to go along with this group, but to do a soul search of themselves and ask if this is the group they want to lead us to the ultimate victory of our party. Over and over, the MP has spelled out not once his plans to...
And that's our package of today's edition of the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. Our website, citynewsroom.com, has more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV. You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and on GoTV channel 182. My name is Kweku Ediama, and so many thanks for your company.